but it's not earth. And everything is glowing with a living warmth. And as you're flying along, you get a sense that you're not alone. And you're not alone. You look to your right, and you see a beautiful girl with high cheekbones, and deep blue eyes, and golden brown hair. A face you've never seen before, but one of the loveliest faces you've ever seen. A face that you think you should know. And you become aware that you are both riding along together on the wing of the most beautiful butterfly. In fact, there are millions of butterflies all around. And all these butterflies are moving together as one living organism, flowing like a stream of life and color through the air. And the girl looks at you. She looked at me with a look that, if you saw it for a few moments, would make your whole life up to that point worth living, no matter what had happened in it so far. It was not a romantic look. It was not a look of friendship. It was a look that was somehow beyond all these, beyond all the different types of love we have down here on earth. It was something higher, holding all those other kinds of love within itself, while at the same time being more genuine and pure than all of them. Have you seen eyes like this? Have you seen love like this? Close your eyes. Just close your eyes now. And now look into another pair of eyes. These eyes may be blue or brown or gray, hazel or green. These eyes are clear and bright. These eyes are warm and accepting. These eyes see everything without condition. Within these eyes, see love. See love. Not the love of a parent, a sibling, a child, or a friend, but see a love which includes and then transcends all of these loves. Look deeply into these eyes. And as you do, receive from them a wordless message, a voiceless message. Receive a message that moves through you like a warm wind, touching every part of you. Muscle and bone and sinew and soul. And this message is for you. It is for you. It has 3 parts. And in our language, it comes closest to this. You are loved and cherished dearly forever. You have nothing to fear. There is nothing you can do wrong. You are loved and cherished dearly forever. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing you can do wrong. Open your eyes. This is the message that even Alexander received from the girl on the butterfly wing. You know, it's the same message. If I were to take A Course in Miracles, the entire thing, and distill it into 3 parts, into 3 short sentences, phrases virtually, it would be these 3. If you're a student or a reader of the Course, you know that this is what it says. That message is the same message that Jesus shared the first time. See, A Course in Miracles is Jesus speaking in a more contemporary voice. Those 3 messages are the same thing taught by all mystical, spiritual teachers of all stripes. And when we get quiet, this is the message that we receive. Now, what does getting quiet have to do with knowing this ultimate truth? Well, everything. Everything, according to Dr. Eben Alexander. You see, he was witnessing this beautiful, idyllic world, this warm, living world, which looked like Earth but wasn't Earth. But then he found himself being drawn into another place. He found himself being moved up, in the sensation of moving up, into an infinite void. An infinite void that was pitch black and filled with light. Now, have you ever had the experience in meditation of being in an infinite space where everything was absolutely dark and also filled with light? I know many of you have had that experience. Absolutely dark and filled with light. You see, that can't happen. That's impossible in the purely physical world. We don't see that. And yet in divine consciousness, it is the simplest reality. There was a 17th century Christian poet named Vaughan. And he wrote, "It is said that in God there is a deep but dazzling darkness." A deep but dazzling darkness. And in this darkness, filled with light, the awareness of Eben Alexander, and something else I want you to know about his awareness at the time. His awareness had no consciousness of having a body, of having thoughts, of having emotions, of having even language. There were no words that his awareness contained. No body, no emotion, no thought, no logic, no language. And in this infinite void, he saw an orb, and it appeared that the light was coming from the orb. It wasn't so much that it was glowing, as that it allowed the light to simply be. And he knew that the void itself was the creator, was source, was God. And the orb floating within the darkness and the light acted as a translator for him to go into communion with God. And he saw the truth. He felt ultimate truth. That there is only love. And where evil appears, it is so infinitesimal in the universe that it doesn't count. There is so much love. That's quite a Valentine's message for me. So, he was 6 days in a coma. 97% mortality rate. No one in that condition had ever been known to wake up. On the 7th day, he woke up. And he went on to write Proof of Heaven, a neurosurgeon's journey into the afterlife. He had been all his life a man of science. He still is. But what he knew, because the first thing he did when he came out of the coma, well, not the first thing, but shortly after he regained his full functioning and things stabilized. On the advice of his son, he wrote down all of his experiences. He didn't talk to anyone about it. He didn't read about any other near-death experiences. His son said, don't do that. You can do that later. First, while it is pure and only yours, record your experience. And he did. And it's going to take him many years to continue to write and record all that he came to know and understand, because it was all downloaded to him wordlessly. Truth was just funneled into his awareness. And you can only start to match that experience to a human experience after he woke up, because he had no awareness of ever being a human while he was in that place. Now, I said this was a story about being quiet, getting quiet. Well, what does quiet have to do with this? You see, what he came to understand, and what I understand about his experience is this, is that Eben Alexander went into the ultimate condition of quietude. The bacteria that was attacking his cerebral cortex, that had shut down all of his higher level functioning, that had stripped away everything that made him human. All those parts that make us human, they were closed for business.